Right, how y'all doing? I've only just finished throwing together yesterday's vlog. Only just got access to all of the footage. Today has been a mission, a real mission. I installed Windows 11 on my laptop today. A Zephyrus G14 2021 model. New drive, new installer Windows. And it's turned into a battle with one of my more annoying personality traits. I've mentioned it in part in other videos about how when I do things on like Linux and stuff, I like my installs to be clean. I like my operating systems to be clean. I like projects to be clean. I have this weird thing where if I make a mistake, I start again. And the odd thing is, it's not like I'm chiseling stone, right? It's not like I'm carving something that's completely destructive, something that can't be repaired, where I then have to scrap everything and start over. This could be just a case of like, oh yeah, he's just started to type his name and he's put an uppercase in the wrong place, or you know, the uppercase, because I go uppercase, lowercase in parts of my name for the things that I write. It's just an annoying stylistic thing. But if I get that wrong, or I put in like I misspell something, the whole thing goes. It's not just delete the misspell or mistyped character, it's the whole thing has to go. And so whilst installing Windows, I misticked one box during the setup. And the setup wouldn't let me go back. For a few options after, I could go back. But from the time I clicked the wrong box, I couldn't go back. I couldn't fix it. And I get to the desktop and it's dumped a load of shite all over my desktop. And it was driving me mental. It was OneDrive. It was a OneDrive option. Do I want to like some backup files and stuff on OneDrive, or do I just want to use the stuff that's on my machine? Okay, because anything that goes into the root of OneDrive, I think, goes in or onto your desktop. I think it's something like that. Like one of the directories of OneDrive ends up on your desktop, and the other stuff goes into like pictures and video and all that kind of stuff. And I'd misclicked this fucking box, and it just all over my desktop. I was like, oh, fuck. And you could just literally go into an option on OneDrive and say, yeah, just get rid of all that, please. But no. I nuked the install over and over and over again. Why? Because, and I had a call with my mate today, because he knows I have absolutely no luck with computers, and he knows how kind of my brain works when it comes to this kind of thing. After the first install, it was fine with the exception of the OneDrive thing. But I go to reinstall, and as I get to the desktop, what is it called? MSTeams? Microsoft Teams. Clean install, a fucking error. Windows, you are not starting well if a clean install has an error on it. Ridiculous. And my mate said, well, what do you mean it's got an error on it? It doesn't happen to me. I go, well, here's the trick, mate. It didn't happen to me at 4 o'clock this morning when I first installed the damn thing, or when I upgraded from Windows 10. And so my mate's like trying to be, you know, helpful. He's like, have you tried this? Have you tried that? So no, mate, it's not the install media. It isn't the install media, because you don't seem to understand that I've already installed this operating system cleanly, and this bit has worked. It's worked. The second install, after formatting the drive, clean install again, Teams is broken. So I'm on the call and I reinstall it again. Teams ain't broken anymore, but now the settings menu starts to bug out. Not settings specifically, it was updates. Updates just start to kind of bug out, and I was like, oh, for Christ's sakes. I was like, just please let me get through the day without something twigging my brain to make me want to punch the planet. It's a really stupid thing that just goes on in my head. But like, if something has to be installed or uninstalled or reinstalled, or just, it really plays on my head as though whatever it is I was doing is dirty or destroyed or broken. It isn't. Like I said, this isn't a destructive process. This is just something that you could literally just right click and fix. But in my head, it's like it's the end of the world. It's mental trying to fight that kind of urge to fix it. Because it's like, I even tried after the updates thing, I reinstalled again, and the Teams bug happened again. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, and I swear to fucking God, the time before it screwed again, it was there, it was loaded, it was working, it was fine. Reinstall, it balks again, and I'm like, right, okay, what we'll do is we'll just go to apps and settings, and we'll get everything all done. Windows will be ready, and then we'll go to Teams, and we'll right click it, and we'll just, against every fibre of my being, I will just reset the app, repair the app, and reset the app, because that's an option in Windows. We'll do that. No, that was fucked. So I had to reinstall it all again because my brain just went, you've got to fix this. This is bollocks, mate. It's broken. It shouldn't be like this. And I was like, oh my God. And it's all because, theory, updates are being pulled down on the fly from during the install. The second the machine is set up, it has to connect to the internet to pull down updates. And my mate was all like, yeah, mine does it before it downloads all the updates and all the cumulative updates, all the security patches and stuff. It does all that even before it lets me on the desktop. I was like, that's bollocks, because it doesn't hold me from the desktop. I can still use it whilst it's pulling down updates from the Microsoft Store and whilst it's pulling updates down from Windows Update, the main section. So and look, it seems like some of the updates that are coming from the Microsoft Store are knocking stuff off of the Windows Update thing. I could be completely wrong on that one, but just like, oh my God, just download the fucking updates and be done with it, or wait until I tell you to update everything and go. It's like, if you take my Zephyrus's main drive, the original drive from the Zephyrus, it's got a recovery partition on it. You restore Windows 10 with that recovery partition, and it will have an error right at the start because one of the applications is out the fuck of date. And it will go, oh, no, this isn't what we want for the default. And it will just literally spit out an error at you as it's updating the application. It's fucking infuriating. Don't give me an error, just fucking update it. Or wait until I say update and then do it. Don't error out and drive me completely insane, you bastard. But after a billion attempts, after a billion tries, and me and my mate just basically going through it going, I hate technology, I hate technology, I hate computers, I hate computers. Do you remember when a Commodore 64 was a thing? That was simple, mate. Load, press play on fucking tape. You know, I have to be honest with people when things go wrong. I can't help it. I can't say to them, oh yeah, I've had a perfect experience, I've had a smooth experience, because it's never the case. It's never true. But I got it going, and the call from my mate, I believe, was actually originally something about databases, which, don't get me started. If I've already said a text field box will do my nut in, do not let me anywhere near an SQL database, a SQL database. I will pull my hair out. Oh no. Oh no. It's not that bad. Just things have to be done. You have to do them right. You know, it's like, you know, measure twice, cut once. That kind of groove is what goes on in my head, and it's just oh God. But once I did get everything installed, Windows 11. It's basically just Microsoft GNOME. I said that last time when the machine first upgraded to Windows. But I dusted off my PlayStation 5, hooked up a capture card, hooked up a web camera, hooked up a microphone, and I did a little stream of, is it Sac Boy, A Big Adventure, which is like a spin-off game to Little Big Planet. I like Sac Boy, the character, and I like Little Big Planet. It was a PlayStation 3 exclusive back in the day, where you play as this like little hacky sack boy, you know, just like it's just craft stitched together all wool and all that kind of stuff. Before that was kind of a cool thing to do in games, or that they started to do in games. Nintendo did it a lot. They did like clay and wool and all that, but Little Big Planet did it where like the whole world was like paper craft and wool characters and knit and all that kind of stuff, and it was really cool. I think it was by Media Molecule. And on the PlayStation 5, there aren't many games on PlayStation 5 I wanted to play, but Sac Boy is one of their exclusives, and it's basically Little Big Planet meets Mario 3D World. Is that the one where Mario dresses up in like the cat suit? And you have to collect like the bells, and I think that's the one. Like you have to collect the is it bells? If you've ever played the 3DS one, it's Mario 3D Land, and it's basically where you've got like a top-ish isometric-y kind of view, and you just traverse worlds, collect bells or stars or whatever, and yeah, it's if you've ever seen those games, it's like that, but Little Big Planet themed. And it's neat, it's fun. I got it, I wanted to play it. Because Little Big Planet games have usually got multiplayer in them. And I actually LP'd Little Big Planet years ago with my wife. One of the few games that she and I played together back in the day and really thoroughly enjoyed. That was really, really neat. And I think we did like the Lego series as well. We did like Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, but that stuff never got released. Hard drive failure. But my children back in the day used to call Sac Boy Acorn. No idea why, just always used to call Sac Boy Acorn. And so when I saw it was on PlayStation 5, I had to get it, and I had to play it with them. And you know what? They've never touched it. They've never played it. So after kind of busting everything out and getting that laptop sorted out and sorting out the PlayStation 5 and all that, I've actually put, I mean, you can see, look how, I don't know how, if you can see how filthy that is. It's never been, it has been used. That's just dust. Like literally, I've just thumbed dust off of it. They've just sat there. The kids haven't touched it. I said, like, hey guys, because the game's 4-player, I think, Sac Boy. For my live stream tomorrow, should we play some Sac Boy's The Big Adventure or whatever it is? Like, should we play that? And they're like, oh yeah, cool, all right. 1, because I'm going to be live streaming it, and 2, I hope it'll be fun, because they, like I said, they liked the little character back in the day. I just thought it'd be really cool to play with them, and I had a little go, and realistically, I wouldn't have fired up the PlayStation today if I hadn't have wanted to set up a capture card and do something with the Zephyrus, because the Zephyrus, whilst it's decent, it's not realistically powerful enough to do a lot of the stuff I want to do. It can at a push, right? So it's not going to stream 1080-60 and play the biggest, baddest games, because it's just not got the power. My kids' laptops will do a much better job because they have much more beefy graphics cards in them. Same graphics cards, higher wattage. I sit around the 60 to 90 mark. They sit at the 90 to 130 or something. There's like a threshold. There's a band for each one, and I have the lowest power 3060 laptop model. But my laptop's also considerably smaller than theirs, but you know, it just encouraged me to hook up a capture card and another computer, so I could basically stream dual PC style like we used to back in the day, computer and console, computer and computer, because there used to be times when computers weren't realistically powerful enough to stream the higher end stuff at higher resolutions, at higher frame rates, so you had to have multiples. I remember when 480p was such a ball ache that you had to have mixing boards and capture stuff and all that just to do, you know, low res stuff. you had to have multiple computers to run that stuff, because otherwise you had to have a supercomputer. But yeah, I'm going to use the Zeph as just as a stream box, just to stream. So I might even rig Belial into my PC, into the Zephyrus, and just use the Zeph as the second machine just to run the stream, and just use Belial as a games console for the lols. That'll be a laugh, maybe. Yeah, I've got some stuff to do tomorrow. I hope they enjoy it, because I'm super psyched for it. That, and the only other game I really want to play on PlayStation 5 is Ghost of Tsushima, but that's fucking $70. That's mental. I don't give a damn if that game gives you a fucking blowy and breakfast in the morning. It's just not, that's not a £70 game. It's just not a thing. But yeah, that's the plan. That's my day. It does my head in. If I'm installing software and uninstalling software, it twigs my head. If I mistype something or put in a bad command, it just twigs my head. But like, if it's Steam, I don't mind if I install a game and uninstall a game on Steam, because the game, in theory, hopefully I've beaten the game, so it's gone through its purpose, you know. But just, oh, God. Maybe one day I'll get over it. The world isn't coming to an end because of something that's non-destructive isn't working, but it's just the way my head is. I would go as far as to say OCD, but that's not OCD. I mean, people with proper OCD are they really struggle. They really struggle with that kind of stuff. But oh, I couldn't believe it. I wouldn't be able to handle it, I'm sure. Hope you're well. Hopefully we get to play some games tomorrow. And I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one.